Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be covering all of the SMG changes in the new update in Warzone. Pretty much every single top SMG, 8 out of the 9 most popular SMGs were changed, buffed, or nerfed. We're going to break down what they actually changed and how it affects the weapon, because the SMG meta has 100% changed. If you guys do enjoy the video, it does help you out, please leave a like. And if you guys are new to the channel, you want to hit the subscribe button down below. I will be uploading a in-depth video comparing all of these SMGs head to head, to let you guys know which is the new best SMG to use after the update. So first things first, to kind of go through and break down a lot of the randomness. I'm going to cover all of the guns that don't matter or the change literally has no effect, just to get those out of the way. So the AUG is this gun here. The damage increase has no effect. All it did is kind of nerf the headshot multiplier, which honestly has no effect. No one uses the AUG. The KSP 45 got a nerf, which obviously no one uses. This is the Cold 55. The nail gun got nerfed basically into the ground. The upper torso multiplier got nerfed by 30%, while the headshot got nerfed and the max damage got nerfed. So everything that made the gun good nerfed into the ground. This gun here is the Bison. Lowering the max damage 1 point has no effect. Lowering the middle damage 1 point has no effect. So that's why I kind of want to cover it. With the ISO here going from 20 to 21, gives you a little more damage, no effect on the TTK. Submachine gun Delta. Submachine gun Delta, this is the Uzi. The one thing, it does have 80 rounds, so that might affect it. The Fennec was nerfed, which was, in my opinion, a pretty good gun. Them nerfing it is going to definitely take it way out of the potential meta, kind of like what it did to Groza. This would have been a powerhouse nerfing all the other guns. By nerfing it with those, they just kind of take it out to where no one's actually going to use it. So, obviously going to the very top, pretty much every gun that's popular. 74U, the MP5 from Modern Warfare actually is not on here. So before I even start the video, the Modern Warfare MP5 was not touched. The MAC-10, the Bullfrog, the Colt MP5, the 74U, the Milano, and the LC-10 and the MAC-10 were all nerfed, with the Modern Warfare MP5 going untouched. So if you're looking for an SMG, the Modern Warfare MP5 is going to be it. I do apologize if I look to the screen here. This is where I do have my data, so if I'm looking over the screen instead of at the camera, I apologize for that. I'm trying to read the numbers I have over here. But first things first, basically what they did is they reduced the max damage of the 74U, which used to have the same damage profile everywhere. What they end up doing is just taking that and adding a chest multiplier. So technically you now have a chest multiplier while doing 31 of the stomach and limbs, which if you hit chest shots, your time to kill remains the same. They give you a slight improvement in the max damage, which is kind of where this gun sucks at long range. And the headshot multiplier is like 0.0%. A slight increase to the velocity, which you guys can see. The only real notice here is this actual max damage lowering. What this does is it lowers your headshot from 56 to 49. Kind of like what they did to the Modern Warfare B5 like 2 years ago, when they made the headshot drop down, so it does not kill as fast with headshots, which is honestly what was broken about this gun. 1, 2, or 4 headshots, or 5 headshots lower your time to kill, which was insane. So them nerfing that makes this gun average, in my opinion. The Bullfrog, which is I'm not the biggest fan of, a lot of players do like it. Them lowering the max damage is obviously going to lower the time to kill. It goes from 559 to 639, which takes it from pretty good to now average in time to kill compared to all the other guns. It did have a lower extremities. Your arms and legs was actually 0.9, so you did more. Your stomach was basically 1. You did less to the limbs, which now they brought that back up. And the headshot multiplier, which has been nerfed twice now, I believe. Now your headshots go from 50, 39, 31 down to obviously 48, 36, 30. So 3 nerfs with 1 buff. Not really a fan of the Bullfrog. With the nerf, it just kind of put it right there in the middle of all the new guns. The LC-10 got hit hard. This was basically the FARA as an AR. 1 headshot is what made this gun excellent. This is, in my opinion, kind of what they should have done to the FARA, was nerf the headshot multiplier. So by lowering the max damage and the minimum damage. Kind of what I think they're doing on some of these guns is they're just kind of taking it from 3 damage profiles to 2, which we're gonna have to retest because it shows the max and min, which would be 2 damage profiles, and previously you had 3, and on the bullfrog doesn't show that. So TTK goes from 608 to 683 up close, which is a huge nerf. Then 683 to 760 in the mid range, which is also a big nerf. This was one of the slowest killing guns. With 1 headshot, did improve that. It got a very minimal reduction in headshot, but by lowering the overall damage, it's obviously going to now go from 1 headshot being required to definitely at least 2 or more, which was, in my opinion, a huge nerf of this gun, which is why it was kind of popular, was that headshot. So a huge nerf. The next gun is the MAC-10. Basically, all they did on the MAC-10, let me find my stats, here it is. All they did is lower the overall damage. So 24 to 23 is still 11 shots to kill no matter what. So the close range TTK did not get touched. So that is what's excellent about the MAC-10. The Bullfrog was nerfed. The Milano was nerfed. The PPSH was nerfed. The MP5 was nerfed. And the LT10 was nerfed. 4 out of the 6 most popular SMGs were nerfed in the close range, while the MAC-10 went untouched. So now it's one of the 3 fastest killing close range SMGs. It does still kill fast in long range, which by them nerfing this damage here is obviously going to lower that. Obviously, with every single gun, lowering the damage is going to lower the headshot multiplier. Lowering it by 1 is going to make the headshot go down by like 1, which this gun already doesn't have that high of a headshot multiplier. So it might not even have an effect. I obviously didn't test for that or count it. But the MAC-10 definitely, in my opinion, is one of the top 3 SMGs with the Modern for B5 after all these changes. The next gun is the Milano, which was pretty popular with the assault rifle version of it. Is incredible. Lowering the range, it had the highest damage range. Now with the task force agency, it gets 3 meters less of range, which puts the LT10 back as king. Lowering the headshot multiplier, which was one of the huge things of this. You guys can see 1.6 times headshot, which was the same as a lot of the other guns had. Lowering to 1.38 is going to massively lower your headshots from 58.48 down to 49.41, which is huge. A 9 and 7 point reduction is massive. Then they also reduce the upper torso and lower torso. So basically 5 different nerfs: range, recoil, headshots, and multipliers. Is going to nerf this gun pretty hard. It does have a high ammo count with a high damage, which is what made it, in my opinion, meta. Now that they nerfed the high damage part of it and nerfed the range, which was good about it, the headshots was also good about it, and the recoil. They took everything that was good about the gun and then nerfed it. So in my opinion, it's an excellent nerf. I definitely think this is going to fall outside of like probably the top 6. It might be top 8, top 7. Kind of there with the AK-74U as an okay weapon. But this nerf is 100%, in my opinion, tanks the gun and just takes it out of the meta 100%. Submachine gun alpha here. This is the Cold War MP5. Both damages are going to nerf the gun's TTK. Like I said, I apologize I don't have the headshots on here. Lowering the damage also lowers the headshots. Obviously, with a 1.5 times multiplier, this would be 49 going down to 46, and then this would be 37 going down to 36. So lowers your headshots, but TTK wise, you go from 492, which was the fastest, to 562, which is now the second fastest, only behind the Modern for MP5. Then at range, which, like I said, same with the other gun, they're claiming the minimum damage. So they're taking these guns from 3 damage profiles to 2, to my knowledge, if we're reading this correctly, because previously a lot of these SMGs had 3 damage profiles, because if it has a max and a min, that's only 2. Now it goes from 632, which was the mid-range, to 702. So I don't remember what the number, I think the other number was 747. So technically they lowered the mid-range, but now the gun kills in 700 milliseconds from 11 meters to infinity, which is still faster. So beyond 20 meters, this gun's actually improved. But from 11 to 19 meters, the gun is actually nerfed. So from 0 to 19 meters, it's been nerfed. But beyond 19 meters, the gun has been improved. Like I said, nail gun tanked into the ground. PPSH would be the last popular weapon. was nerfed. Damage wise, went from 28 to 26, which takes it from 9 to 10 shots to kill. Went from 531 down to 597. So from 531 to 597 is a huge tank. 597 I still believe is fifth fastest, so it kills faster than the LC10, the Bullfrog, like the other guns that already killed faster than. Still kills faster than them. Lower the damage is obviously going to lower the headshot multiplier once again, but pretty much the Modern Warfare 5 not being listed here was a genuine surprise. They definitely something they could have nerfed on it, in my opinion, to make it competitive. Those guns, in my opinion, it still doesn't have the best range, which is a huge negative about it. Doesn't have the best recoil, adding that no stock on there. But I think the Modern Warfare 5, when you compare to these other guns, is now the best SMG. I would definitely take the MAC-10 probably as number 2. TTK wise is still incredible. It has really good range, has really good mobility. It basically is the Milano from previous, now in the new season. Does everything well. Has good range, good accuracy, good mobility. Just has a low ammo. So if you're shooting somebody with 50 ammo, you're only going to be able to kill like 3 or 4 people before you have to reload, which it does have one of the fastest reloads. So my opinion, easy number 2. If you're not a fan of the Modern Warfare 5, the MAC-10 is going to be the go-to. I would personally put the PPS-H probably right there as number 3 as the most popular, best SMG to use. So that's pretty much it. If you guys did enjoy, learn anything new, please leave a like. My next 2 videos will be breaking down all this information that I just give you, comparing the SMGs and assault rifles head to head. If you guys haven't seen the assault rifle video, I just covered it before this video, but definitely the meta has changed. The Modern Warfare 5 is now back to king with the MAC-10 in the SMG category. So if you guys are new, hit the subscribe button down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.